All right, so brainstorming. We're brainstorming. We're gonna Brianstorm some ideas. Brian.
I have a notebook.
Brian.
Yeah.
Storm.
Yeah. And people need to just take things a little less seriously.
What we can do is step away from all of that seriousness, which I think is valid, and say, okay, let's take a breath, let's take a break, get your snacky snacks, and watch us fail.
Right. Or possibly succeed.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it might
Failure
happen
has-
accidentally.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to try any
Good.
harder than I
I
already
started feeling guilty about making that birdhouse because it wasn't a great birdhouse, and I made it out of expensive material apparently.
Wow.
So I feel like that was kind of a waste. I feel like I do need to put that birdhouse out now. I need to finish it and put it out because
Mine's sitting out.
seriously,
It's right here. It's right here on the. It's not. It's literally right in front of you, man.
Do birds get in there?
No, the birds are not interested. I'm Holly Berry.
Nice.
I mean,
You did.
people mistake me for her all the time. They'd be like, Catwoman? Oh no, sorry, from behind. You know, we had that idea for doing the frisbee golf type game,
Yeah.
which is convoluted.
It would be fun though.
It would be really fun.
Maybe we just need to do something.
We do. I think
Just
we
go
need
out
to
and
simplify.
run around of it and like.
I think we need to simplify it and just get out there and have a blast, throwing things at things.
like squirrels. There's a squirrel up there today.
I don't always have a lot of time for stuff like that.
And yet yours turned out better than mine.
Well, it's always gonna.
So I don't think that should limit what we do because I
Okay,
feel
fair
like
enough.
your limitations are not really limiting your results.
All right. Okay. Yeah,
So-
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said this had to be good.
True.
We did say we were gonna try our best, and I feel like
Is that a chainsaw?
I don't know
or
who
a
bought my
motorcycle?
neighbor like a dirt bike, but
Are they allowed to ride those here?
they do.
It doesn't sound very good.
No. We're gonna hear an explosion in a few minutes. So we got the physical activity. We want to build more stuff. What about we did knitting.
Yeah. I still have not finished my second scarf yet.
Really?
I know, it's terrible.
I'm just churning out scarves left and
man.
right. So some of we'll call it home craft. Although
Is there another one?
that's a chainsaw.
That doesn't sound right either.
My neighborhood is louder than your neighborhood. I want to get one of those pocket
Not
chainsaws
surprised.
where it's just the chain and you have the handles
And you said
and you just go. I've heard good things about those.
pocket chainsaw. Like
That's-
you
that's
actually
what they
put that
call
in your pocket?
Well, the idea is that it just kind of. It's not like
You need a case to put it in still.
probably, but
Yeah, all right. I don't think they're cutting anything.
I don't think so either. I think they're working on it. They're trying to.
Because it doesn't sound right.
There we go. Okay. So, crocheting, that's too close to knitting, so we can't do.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be just more of the same. Hi, Penny.
Painting is one thing we talked about.
We did talk about
just painting. I feel like you're in my personal space with that thing now. It feels really close.
Sorry.
Feeling claustrophobic.
Nothing we can do about it, man. You know,
Okay.
if we could add revenue up, I'll buy a nicer house in a nicer neighborhood. And one with some kind of chainsaw ban.
Perfect. Or you could just buy like a soundproof shed.
Yeah, they don't allow those, our homeowners associations. Rude.
Cat got out. How'd your cat get out? I shut the gate. Did I shut the gate?
You did, but she's magical. She's basically Professor McGonagall. I want to do painting,
Right.
which I'm all for,
I think that would be fun.
because my son's room really needs to get painted. It doesn't, it's fine. So like a Bob Ross tutorial. That'd
Yes.
be kind of fun. What about baking?
Baking, yeah. You're going to beat me at that too, though.
Fine, pick
That's-
something that I won't win at.
Oh. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer to that. I
Mhm,
was just looking at my
precisely.
notes from before, and
Oh.
I have. We were going to do like an interview thing where we asked each other questions.
Oh,
I started
yeah.
coming up with a list. I didn't come up with a list of questions. I googled it because I'm terrible at coming up with questions because I'm not really that interested in people. So,
Fair
like, my
enough.
wife comes up with good questions for people because she actually is interested in people.
And also, she's a little nosy.
Yes, care about you though, Matt.
Aww.
I care about you. So yeah, like what?
The Q&A, our interview session.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We were gonna make shoes. That was my idea. I wanted to make shoes.
That was your idea, and I'm pretty sure I was like, no, that's a terrible idea.
Or
how do you make
clothes,
shoes?
I don't know.
Clothes. I made a hat. I win.
That doesn't count.
Hey.
You gotta make a shirt or a moo or something. Or like
a poncho.
Pants. A poncho.
We could make ponchos.
Poncho. Actually, you know what? That might not be bad because people think poncho, you just cut a hole in a sheet and there you have a poncho. But you could do so much more because we try our best.
It's true.
So,
it's true.
like, yeah, do you just want a poncho that's just nothing but a, piece of material with a hole in it? Or do you want a poncho that has pockets? Or, I mean, there could be all kinds of stuff. Like an invisibility poncho.
I don't know what that is. What about,
I
like,
don't know.
learn to play the guitar? Oh, you already know how to play the guitar.
Yeah, I was going to say perfect.
You were all about that one.
We could learn to play the trumpet on my trumpet that doesn't work.
I have a trumpet also.
Does it work?
I don't know. And not when I play it, because I don't know how to play the trumpet.
We should do a trumpet concert.
That's
With
maybe
no
not.
practice.
Maybe just whatever instruments we have, we each create a song and film and edit it all together.
And try to,
Like
make it sound like something.
We each make a song, and it has to be at least 30 seconds long,
Or,
because that's a long time. for me.
like, one of us just records something with some instrument and then passes it on to the other person. The other person has to get a different instrument, add something to that,
kind of
and
like,
pass it back.
my name's Matt. I'm going on a picnic. I'm going to take an apple. And then you say, my name's Brian. I'm going on a picnic. I'm going to take an apple and a banana. And then I have to take an apple and a banana and cantaloupe. And you take an apple, banana, cantaloupe, and donuts. And then, like that, but with a song.
Maybe. We had a station wagon. My parents just put the seats down and threw sleeping bags back there.
Nice.
I know.
Song. Collaborating on a song.
Yeah.
Did you write that down?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'll add that to my list.
I'm not looking forward to that one at all.
I think it will be embarrassing, but funny for everybody.
It'll be less embarrassing for the one of us who actually can play an instrument.
I actually think it'd be more embarrassing. The person who supposedly knows what they're doing has more to lose. That's the thing, is now you've created this expectation.
That's
Oh, Brian knows how to do music. And so then now, when it turns out to be terrible, which it inevitably will, now I'm going to be the one that looks bad and you're going to be like, I don't know how to do it anyway.
Well, I guess we'll just see what we see.
I just realized that no matter what happens, I'm just going to say you have an unfair advantage. Because if you've already done something, I'll just say, Matt already knew how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, I'm going to be like, he didn't have any pressure to do it. So he didn't have anything to lose.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should do this at my house.
We're moving. We're moving soon. We're not. We can't afford to move. In this economy? You kidding me? On my bus driver salary?
But they say mortgage rates are low now.
Are they?
Yeah, super low.
So is enthusiasm.
We have some ideas.
We have some
The
ideas.
other thing, but we were going to do a treehouse at my house, but then I decided not to do a treehouse. So it's going to be just like a thing.
like a nice, like a sitting deck area,
Right.
far from the house,
Yeah, in my tree island.
in your tree island.
My tree island.
Tree island.
Which
Treasure Island.
I've been clearing out steadily but slowly but steadily over the last, I don't know, year.
Couple years.
Yeah, something.
Okay, cool. And then once we have done that and we have mastered
Yeah.
all of our building techniques, then you can help me build a pergola in my backyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
You don't have to help; it's fine. But I am going to.
You might want to get someone
I'm going
who
to
knows
use.
what they're doing.
I'm going to use your structure as a learning experience. So,
Because failure is a great teacher.
and you know what I'll do? All of your scraps, I'll get rid of them for you because I'm a good friend.
Thank you.
And if you happen to see them attached to a pergola in some structurally significant way, just ignore it.
One thing I don't think you like this idea.
Probably not. Don't get distracted by your
Sorry.
notes.
Right. Other things we should think about is problems to solve, like problems that we could find creative ways of solving. But that's more of an intellectual exercise of like we could
Okay.
talk about issues that people are having and think like, what are some creative ways to solve this problem?
Yeah. So like
Like entropy.
entropy,
Yeah. Which
Is
I
that-
think means that the world is slowly dying.
decaying.
Yeah.
It is.
So how could
it
we
is.
solve that?
We could speed it up.
Done. Solved. Next, I'll just cross that one off. We've done that.
What if we tackled world hunger?
That sounds too serious.
Feed people. Done.
Done. We have just, We are knocking these things out.
We are. You got anything else?
Public restrooms.
Pee at home.
Yeah. Well, or yeah, you're right.
The one idea that I really liked that we haven't discussed lately was Brian tries his best to explain ...
Something. Oh yeah, I do have that somewhere.
I like that idea.
I have a lot of things that I don't understand.
So yeah.
Here's one. Nice. I discovered this recently on my iPhone, that there's cycle tracking, which is completely meaningless and useless to males, but to females.
I get it. I thought it was like a Tour de France thing, but nope.
No. There's a lot of stuff like gravity, thermodynamics, things I don't understand that I think. I mean, you don't have to understand these things to live, but
I really like that idea though, where you research a thing, and then me in my ignorance, I sit down and I listen to you talk about it, and I ask you questions, and I do my best to understand, but I think we both know that it's all futile. It's just not going to work.
I have
or futile.
I have other things.
How do you say it?
Futile.
Futile or futile?
Depends on how I use it, I suppose.
If I'm talking about the feudal system and how it's no longer relevant, I would say the feudal system is futile. But if I'm just using futile on its own, I'd say futile.
Yeah. Oh, that's tricky though. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. English, like we try our best to use the English language. That would be a good one. There's different ways that. Whoa. Like that's a tricky language.
All right.
Also, we cut our own hair.
I do that
that's
already.
That's way worse for me than for you.
Yeah.
So I will say that my daughter, I know, we try to get struck by lightning. I don't know if this is what we're trying to do.
Wait, hang on.
Get struck by lightning, get abducted by aliens, travel in time.
This is a different list.
Count the number of trees in Indiana. Find a new planet.
That seems extreme.
Find impossible riddles or math problems. I mean,
if we were smart, I'd say some of these are doable. But find a new planet.
Or get struck by lightning.
Struck by lightning. I feel like if it hasn't happened yet, God's just been protecting us.
I feel like somebody else I feel like somebody else got into my list and started writing things. But it's my handwriting still. I accidentally washed my hair. Oh, because I put shampoo on my hands instead of soap. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm washing my hair today.
Cool.
And then I accidentally made cinnamon raisin French toast with chocolate chip bread. So it wasn't really cinnamon French toast,
amazing?
Which was shocking, probably, because I was expecting cinnamon and got chocolate.
That's never a bad thing.
No, probably not.
No. Those people walked by and listened to us talk, but they didn't look at us.
Because that would have been awkward. Do we have to get their permission if they're on the film? Do we have to get their permission to?
Not if they're dead.
Brian tries his best to understand the legal system in order to get Matt out of jail. That could be another one we put on the list.
You're such a good friend.
Glacier mice was another thing. Have we talked about that on
you
any of the videos?
No, but you mentioned it to me, and I'm fascinated. I haven't
glacier mice.
Yet.
Look up glacier mice.
No, don't. Wait for our video.
Yeah, it's true.
Brian tries his best to explain glacier mice.
Extrain.
We're going to extrain some, too.
We're going to extrain glacier mice. Science, religion, and the universe. We will explain science, religion, and the universe at some point.
Yep, movies. Something
we're
where
make movies?
Either we... No, not make movies.
Okay.
We've tried that, and it didn't go
well.
We try to find the perfect holiday movie, or we try to, like, what are the top 5... Like, the 5 funniest movies ever made. Or, like... We discuss our 5 favorite movies, and we try to cross-reference them and come up with a Brian and Matt Try Their Best official selection.
I don't like the movies and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think that would be the thing where you come up with your list and then I comment on it, because
that's not
for me to come up with the list.
See,
I wouldn't be able to come up with a list. Probably
researching things, learning constantly. That's totally up your alley.
Yeah.
Thinking nonstop about my favorite movies.
There we go.
That's what
we got to play to our strengths.
Exactly.
But I could comment on it.
Totally.
If I've seen them.
Absolutely.
Which I probably.
You know what would be fun? I recommend a movie to you, and you watch it.
Yeah.
And then you say, "What is wrong with you?"
Years ago, early in our friendship, I think that there were some movies that you recommended that Carrie and I watched, and we were like, I don't get it. Maybe we should stop hanging out with these people. I like how the camera angle is down, because I feel like we can look down on everybody. Even though I don't see people, I feel like this is great. Like, we've put ourselves above everybody watching.
That is my philosophy of life.
Yeah.
That's why I drive a school bus, so I can look down on everybody.
Perfect.
Yep, all those guys with daddy issues who buy the big trucks.
The big monster trucks.
I'm like, I got bigger daddy issues, so in your face.
I got. Here comes
this
the
guy
motorcycle.
again.
I will say the motorcycle sounds better on this trip.
I'm just glad he's on the sidewalk.
There is a bee on my hand right now.
Yeah. He is.
I have to admit that I was a little terrified. There was a little bit of panic going in me, which is funny because a bee sting doesn't hurt. I mean, it stings, but it's not like catastrophic. But I will say that bees cause a little bit of panic, which is an interesting thing to explore. Why bees cause so much panic when what they actually do to you isn't all that bad. Like, it does hurt, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like you lose a limb unless you're allergic to bees.
True.
I can understand people panicking if they're allergic to bees. I am not. But still, they cause a little bit of pain. Like, to sit there and let that bee crawl on my hand.
It's the willful, like, ignorance of your own safety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be like, hey, I'm going to slam this door on my hand.
It's true.
I mean, there's got to be,
You just
for you
wouldn't.
not to anticipate and to, the pain and to feel a little bit of fear.
Right.
Kind of makes you a sociopath.
Or an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More
But I
than
have
two.
people say, like, if you don't do anything, just let it do its thing and it won't sting you. If it has no reason to sting you, it won't sting you.
Right.
If you give it a reason, it will.
Let's be fair, it had no reason to land on you in the first place. So this is not a creature of logic.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Bees are terrifying.
Bees are, and spiders too.
We need to leave the planet immediately. We need to find that new planet and get on this thing. My next vision board.
Hook up with Elon.
Talk to Oprah. Talk to Elon Musk. Get the heck out of here. All right, I think we got a pretty good list.
Oh, we still have to talk about things like a Sabbath mode on my oven, which I just found out about. Apparently, they've had them for a long time. Appliances have what's called a Sabbath mode.
If you talk about it now, we don't have to make.
I won't. You're right.
Later.
You're right. You're
Cool.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll work on that. We still have to do our
What
interview
about
at some point too.
Yeah, an interview and advice. Should we like offer advice to people? Because we've been around a while. Yeah, collectively we have 87 years of life experience.
That's a lot.
It is. Dad questions, bus driver questions.
Yeah.
What are you? Stay-at-home dad questions. What
Yeah.
else did you done?
Nothing. How do you spell cardinals? Cardinals?
Yeah, I think so.
Cardinals.
They are the state bird of Indiana.
Are they?
They are, and which is awesome. And they mate for life. Did you know that? We should kill them.
We should.
Yeah.
I thought about that. There's a spider web.
There is.
It's just like
floating
floating
around.
in front of the.
And it's gonna touch me, and I'm gonna freak out.
No, you can, like with the bee, because we're on camera. You have to be calm.
Oh, gotta be cool.
Yeah, you gotta be cool.
and chill.
Because you're on camera. That's what I had to do with the bee. If it had stung me, I would have ceased to be calm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it got caught in the wind and it's stuck to my phone and it is like at its tethered end about.
So if I like
2
just
feet. Don't do it. Don't you dare, because it'll end up blowing right in my mouth, and all bets are off.
I got it.